how they won. You in their land. If somebody come to your house, you gonna fight like hey, this is my house. You're an invader.
Ain't no question.
And see, but the thing about it, they don't see themselves invaders. They see themselves as we coming to help you and save you and free you and stuff like that. And all that dumbness, stupid stuff.
Like Christopher Columbus, man.
It makes me think of Brother Kofi's book, the Mayafa, and the stuff they done to our people, the African Holocaust. I mean, the stuff that they did to try to traumatize people. They were trying to break them, okay, by using various means to try to break them. I'm talking U.S. military as well as French groups and stuff like that to break the people's will. And they've been doing stuff. They even in like Vietnam, they probably did the same thing. Set up strategic hamlets.
That is their Vietnam.
Right, and they did the same thing in Vietnam. They did Vietnam, and they're doing the same thing. They did the same thing in Korea, same thing in Africa. I mean, you got, and all these people, these groups they created, ISIS, CIA, Boko Haram, CIA, and European intelligence, Mossad, and all that stuff. I mean, the list goes on and on. Al Qaeda. How you gonna name a group ISIS? That's after one of the African ancient Egyptian goddesses and stuff. You gonna call it ISIS? I'm surprised they didn't call it with a group called Horus or Haru.
Yes.
Okay, or Ra. Okay, I think call it as a terrorist group. Ra.
So you know what? But Joe, I was going to ask if Joe Biden did the right thing by pulling out, but then it's another question that comes to this. The quick question: even with all of our technology, with all of our super mega weapons, powerful, why couldn't we compel them?
You can't compel. I mean,
Not
think about
compel, I defeat them.
Think about it.
Not
they gonna leave.
Weak, but I mean,
no, they knew they were gonna get their tails kicked. The U.S. got there because these people started coming and attacking, and was killing and dealing and fighting, and they ran just like the cowards they are and stuff. Many of them, and then plus you had the heroin, the poppy. Don't you remember they were talking about the opiate? Issue of stuff, with people, and that was white people, right? For the most part, many of them, crystal meth and all that other kind of stuff, what they call hillbilly crank, but when we were doing crack and stuff like that back in the 80s, late 70s and 80s and 80s, they were like, shoot, forget them Negroes, they let them die, shoot, they always do, and then they used that, they weaponized that, they used that against them, but they're the ones that were responsible for crack, cocaine, and stuff like that. They knew who these people. They tried to blame it on Freeway Ricky Ross and stuff like that, but it wasn't him. You have to think about the people that are connected to the George Herbert Walker Bush and the Ronald Reagan administration. I'm talking about Danilo Blandon and Noam Menezes. Okay, if you read the book by Gary Webb, The Dark Alliance, it talks about that. If you read The Crime of Patriots by Jonathan Whitney, it talks about these same type of people setting up the BCCI, the Nugan Hand Bank. It's the same people. Okay, doing the same stuff, whether in Australia, New Zealand, the United States, United Kingdom, all over. And you had to follow the money. You had to go and do the research on who control these groups and so a lot of times they're phony groups, they're cutoffs, they're shells.
Let me ask you something for the average person that is looking at this. How does this affect the average person that lives in Chicago, that lives in New York, that lives in New Jersey, Boston? How does this affect? It's a cause and effect with everything.
Well, of course, but look at our standard of living. Look at the wealth differential between black people and whites and Asians. Look at the type of money and resources that they have and stuff. I mean, if you look at those from Southwest Asia as well as Central, I mean, and Southeast Asia also. I mean, you look at it, and you look at how the negative impact on our community. You look how they closed the various schools. These schools can be open. They have the money resources. The U.S. is taking the money and sending it overseas, sending it other places, giving it to the Pentagon and other groups in the military to go over and to police various parts of the world and stuff. And because if you look at the budget, as a matter of fact, there's a book by Tim Weiner called The Pentagon's Black Budget, right? You get the book, The Pentagon's Black Budget, it talks about where the money goes and stuff, and then the money is not just it's not just to the Pentagon. I mean, the groups that was under you, because you see, the U.S. I mean, you have the CIA. Then you also have the Pentagon has their own CIA. They call it the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency. So you have money and resources going to all this stuff because their job is to kill any revolutionary groups or organizations or individuals or leaders that talk about nationalized industries, that talk about fighting for self-determination and independence for their people. That's what they're about. These people, they have a network, an infrastructure of
Man, we got 4 minutes, man. I mean, please tell people about some of those books you got, beautiful books you got, please.
Well, like I said, I mentioned about the black for the wealth, wealth differential. There's a book by Rayford Logan I think people should check out. The Betrayal of the Negro by Dr. Rayford Logan, who's a well-known black historian. And then also Bioterror, Manufacturing Wars, The American Way, edited by Alan Ray and William Schaap of the Covert Action Quarterly Group.
I can read that, that's little.
And then The Change of Empire by Nick Turse, Shadow Government by Tom Engelhardt, United States of Fear by Tom Engelhardt, The War Conspiracy, JFK, 9/11, and The Deep Politics of War by Peter Dale Scott, and Wayne Madsen's book, Jaded Task by Wayne Madsen, about the blood politics of George Bush and Company by Wayne Madsen. And then the last book I'm sharing is An Overthrow by Stephen Kinzer. Overthrow, where he talks about regime change. Okay, and it talks about Afghanistan. These books, except for The Betrayal of the Negro, deals with Afghanistan and stuff, the real reason why the U.S. is over there.
And see, y'all need to have Brother Randy Evans on y'all show. Because the same knowledge that he's given to the Underground Railroad audience, he can give that knowledge to other people. So have him on your radio show, your television show, your live streaming show. This is a brother that you need to know. Okay?
I appreciate that. There are a lot of good brothers and sisters out there, much sharper researchers than I am. Including, you have Robert X, Salim Muwakil, Marimba Ani, the people who put out the Hidden Colors documentaries and stuff.
Tell y'all, I'm talking about him.
Okay.
Okay.
He try to have the last word, but I'll tell you, check out all the research and stuff. Get the documentary films and stuff like that. Check out Tariq Nasheed. He got some good information too. It was Dr. Umar Johnson. And like I said, Marimba Ani. And read the works of Charshi McIntyre.
See how humble he is.
Yeah.
But this is, this will be on YouTube if it's Allah's will. And watch the Underground Railroad. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30 Central Time. You can see this guy, okay? And Steve Coakley, hey man, you want to say something quick about Steve Coakley? I know.
Well, I respect Brother Steve, and I'm just sorry that he made his transition and stuff like that. He passed away in 2012, April 11, 2012, 4/11. So I have much respect for him and his family, and I hope that his children continue his tradition and stuff, and other brothers learn from his work.
Okay, and I want to, one day I'll do a show with you talking about Steve Coakley.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm going to have to do some research.
Well, I hope you bring some people who were closer to Steve Coakley than I.
What's happening?